You guys, it's like 11 o'clock at night. It's after 11 o'clock at night, and I'm already going to sleep. But I just have to say a few things, and then I'll probably have to finish this video in the morning. But would you take a guy who's a player and make him rethink his entire life? Make him rethink that, you know what? I really want to be with her forever. Can you do that? If you can, then that means that you're learning how to merge your two sides if you're fearful and avoidant. Because usually the fearful and avoidant side, they take turns like a seesaw, and it can drive you nuts. It's like one is running away, one is being too clingy, and they can both drive you crazy and confuse the person that you're with. So I feel like you have to figure out how to merge the two together into one. And the key to that, how do you get a player to fall in love with you? What's the answer to that? It's confidence, it's independence, it's a sexiness, it's a knowing your value, your worth, and truly owning it. It's like you're figuring out how to balance yourself. How do you walk on a straight line when you're up 10 feet high, kind of thing? Would you be confident enough to do that? In order to have a really successful relationship, you need to learn how to blend the two opposites into one so that they function well together. I think that's how you get to the securely attached style that you crave. Because when you are in that fearful avoidant mode, it's hard to be completely confident because it's hard to quiet them down. They can drive you nuts. They pull you into pieces. But you want to get to a place of quiet confidence. And one of those is, are you comfortable being alone? Are you comfortable with being with yourself? Doesn't mean that you don't long to have a mate or a deep relationship or to be married. It doesn't mean that. But have you found this comfortable space where you can say, I've learned how to do that. I've learned how to be independent. It's kind of like you're exercising a little bit more of your avoidant side where you've pulled back and you're comfortable. But you allow enough sexiness and seductiveness to seep through while at the same time not falling apart. It's like you know how to flirt without giving your all. And yet, yeah, you wait to give your all. It's like you test the boundaries. It's almost like you find a place of pretending. Even though you really like the guy or you really like the person a lot, you learn how to hold a part of yourself back while you continue to go forward. It's kind of like, I'm sure you guys have heard of dissociative identity disorder, which they used to call multiple personality disorder. So in no way I don't want to cheapen that issue because it's a big deal. So I want to be careful with what I say and how I say it. But one of the things that they do is they help them to merge their different identities into one person. So on a very tiny scale, it's kind of like that. It's like you're trying to step into some new shoes and walk in them and break them in. How do you do that? You have to work on it until you find that place. And when you find it, you'll know, because fearful avoidance can potentially be super alluring if they tap into the right energy. It's like you reach this place of freedom. Like For some people, you almost have to wear yourself completely out. Like you've acted out, you have done dumb stuff, but you've acted out in relationships. You've potentially made a fool of yourself at some point in your relationships where you're overcalling, too clingy, freaked out, just acting out of character. And you get to a place where you could pull back too hard and go so far to the avoidant side that you stop connecting with anyone at all. So it's like sometimes people cannot just seesaw, but they completely shift. They are completely in clingy and anxious, and then they shift to completely an avoidant. And this could go on for years until you meet someone who blows your mind. Someone who you're like, wow, like something magical happens. And then you start to retrain, relearn how to be in a relationship again. Sometimes people pull all the way back because they honestly haven't found that one person who does that for them, that awakens that sleeping side of themselves. But when you do, it can invigorate you and it can help you to retrain and relearn and reconnect. But the thing is, if you go to a complete avoidant side for a very long time, then part of you will still be holding on to that, like underneath. Like the undercurrent is avoidant. I'm not completely trusting anybody. Like it would be really hard to just completely let go ever again. So it's like you've put the safety net on yourself while you move forward, while you get your feet wet, while you enjoy getting to know somebody that you're really, truly clicking with, where you can't deny it. But it's like you're doing both at the same time instead of one at a time. Because that's what happens. That's where a super dysfunction can be, is I'm over here today and then I'm back over to the right tomorrow. I'm avoiding you today and then on Tuesday I'm back clingy. And you're doing this every other day. Or one week you're anxious, the next week you're avoidant. But when you learn to do them at the same time, it's kind of like you put the training wheels on the bike. Like you are still protecting yourself while opening up enough to really give somebody a chance to take that leap of faith, to trust that you can enjoy this, that it can be fun and loving and romantic. So what I'm trying to explain is an intuitive process. You feel it. It's difficult to put in words, but you feel it. You feel when your avoidant side and your anxious side merge into one. You have figured out how to live with both of them at the same time, how to function with both of them at the same time instead of them being these separate entities that you dive into. You feel super clingy to the guy. Then you feel embarrassed because why am I clinging to him this way? I can feel him pulling away from me. And the more he pulls away from me, the clingier I become. And I can tell that he doesn't like it. And I'm afraid he's going to leave me. And so somehow I figure out how to go to my avoidant side so that I can pull back and not get hurt. Because when I'm in clingy mode, I'm setting myself up to get dumped, to get hurt because it's too much. But then when you pull all the way to the left to your avoidant side, where it's like, I'm just not going to talk to him. I'm not going to call him at all. I'm not going to text him. I'm not going to say anything to him. I'm going to leave him completely alone. He's going to have to chase me. It's super hard to do that unless you pull all the way to the left where you totally withdraw. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm dumping him. I'm cutting up all of our pictures and sweet little notes and anything that we've had. I'm deleting all of his text messages. That's an example of going all the way to the left. And what I'm saying is, in order to be in a healthy relationship, you have to figure out how to function with avoidant and anxious at the same time, simultaneously, where they're both functioning together. So, in other words, you have figured out how to balance the two. And I think some people never reach that state before they actually get married, and then they have a lot of toxicity and turbulence, and I don't understand why I'm driving him nuts. And it's because you never intuitively got to the place of uniting those two toxic things so that you're functioning as one. So what I was trying to explain, because now I'm awake, is you are functioning pulled back a little bit at all times. There's a place of self-preservation. There's a place of self-protection. I am not going to just completely give anybody my complete all unless they have earned it. I might be pretending a little bit because I have to get my footing. So, giving you my all, doing everything for you. I'm going to wash all of your clothes and I'm going to cook all of your meals and I'm going to serve you all of your plates. You don't even have to fix your plate. I'm going to sweep your floors and fold your clothes and do all these things for you. I'm going to comb your hair. You don't have to lift a finger. I'm going to give you my all. I'm going to pay for all the dates and buy your sneakers and clothes too. I don't believe in that. So, in other words, you're not going into complete anxious, like, I'm not going to give him any reason to dump me. So, I'm going to do everything for him. A lot of men don't like that, by the way. They don't want you to do everything for them. You have to kind of understand the man, because some men love to be served in that way and some men hate that. So, doing all, tactics, when you have merged your two sides, I think to a certain degree, relationships are a little bit game-like. However, you're not giving your all in that sense where I'm doing everything. You are reserving some things. You are confident enough to hold back. Like, I'm not doing everything for you. We're not married, but we can have fun. We can enjoy each other's company. We can do fun things together. We can have great conversations. We can talk to each other every single day in some capacity where we are communicating. And I am just enjoying this person. It's basically finding the enjoyment and the joy instead of it only being this rote task. Because that's what happens when you are functioning in two different lanes at the same time. You are using nothing but tactics and strategies and, well, let me go over and try this and let me try that. And you are completely in that state instead of, I feel relaxed a lot of times. I feel like I'm going to trust and enjoy this person. And I think when you find your right person, then some things will start to click. When it's the absolute wrong person, then they're probably going to be triggering you a lot, and you're going to be trying to search for, how do I stop feeling abandoned? When it's the right person, they will help you to relax, because they're going to want you to feel good. They're going to want you to feel special. They're going to want to meet your needs. They're going to want to get to know you. They're going to be curious about you, and you're going to be curious about them, and you're going to find out what they like, what they don't like. You're going to learn how to make them smile. And I think a healthy state is stepping back to a certain degree and evaluating things in your own mind. Like, okay, how is this going? Am I doing some things that are agitating him? Did I insult him? It's okay to do some self-evaluation, but I think you need to also have a place of peace and joy and relaxation and getting up and trying again and dealing with your own frustrations. And there might be times when you feel very overwhelmed because you're getting to know someone, and you still have those two sides that like to trigger you. However, you can start all over the next day with a place of, you know what? I've been enjoying this. Let me continue to enjoy this. Let's keep going. Something is really nice about this. Something feels peaceful and at home about this. So it's kind of grabbing onto your avoidant side for safety and holding back some, not with the, oh my gosh, I don't want to call him 1,200 times a day. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about preserving something for yourself and letting him earn a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more naturally as you get to know someone. I mean, it's just like even in a friendship, you just met somebody yesterday. Are you going to go shopping with them the next day? It might be a while before you get to that point. So just feeling comfortable enough to let things evolve, and knowing that occasionally your anxious side will be triggered, but working on, okay, let me deal with this. Let me work through this. Let me have a moment. Let me not freak out. I'm trying to explain some things. I'm an intuitive, metaphorical person by nature. So if you guys have a better way of explaining it, what I'm saying is try to find that balance. And fearful avoidants want a map to follow. A lot of them do. And I'm trying to give a map, but that's not super easy. But I hope you can find that space. So tell me if you have been able to merge your two sides together into one united, I'm happy and enjoying dating this amazing special person in my life. And sometimes that does involve a period for which you have acted out in your dating relationships. You've had that period of acting out, and you have gotten a lot of that out of your system. And sometimes that means forcing yourself to spend some time alone after you have acted out with multiple dates and multiple people. It might be time to take a dating break. Force yourself to take a step back for a while until you can figure some things out, until you can quiet some of that energy down. So in a nutshell, you may not have been able to merge the two because you haven't found the right person. The right person will help you do that. The wrong person will create more turmoil inside you. And it's using self-preservation, your avoidant side, to your advantage, using that to pull back and observe and like take mental notes on this person. Like, giving yourself the space to do that in a calm way and not a freaked out way, where I'm learning what this person likes to do. I'm learning what he likes, what he doesn't like, but I'm also holding some things back. I am not going to be his everything. I'm going to take each date a step at a time and try to enjoy it. And when I am triggered and freaked out, I take some time to myself to work through that and then rejoin him again. Now, that's not saying take a week off, but it's saying take a few hours to do some reflection. It's finding your calm instead of the storm and being comfortable with your calm. Like you can actually, when you're freaked out, you may overdo things, you can't think straight, you are freaked out about him leaving you, so you're doing all these extra things and tactics to keep him reeled in. Meanwhile, you're pushing him further away. When you find your calm, you take risk. You take risk that this person can find out who I really am, and they will still like me and they will still be here. I'm going to take that risk with this person as I enjoy the process instead of staying in freaked out mode. When you find your calm, then you know that you have started to merge avoidance and anxiousness into one balanced entity for the most part. Because there's always going to be times when you have to manage them, but you still want to find yourself experiencing spaces of peace. If you're not, then you still have some major work to do. So check out my videos. I think they will really help you to work out some of your junk. So hey, beautiful people, thanks for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments and what topics you want me to explore next. Your feedback means so much to me. Let's keep this adventure going. Don't break up with me. Be sure to subscribe and like the video. Check out my books on Amazon for insights on enhancing your love life, navigating narcissistic personalities, and exploring the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types. Links are in the description. You're amazing, and I can't wait to see you on the next video.